Hey guys, Relax here, and today I'm bringing you another deck profile. Sorry for about last week, I didn't get to post anything. I was learning how to save lives through CPR and first aid. So yeah. So this deck profile, I'm just going to go straight to the point. It is Genesis. Amaruda is a new grade 3 boss that came out in set 11. And yeah, Fenrir got the shaft. So we're going to get started. Starting Vanguard, I seen people run that Fenrir starter from before. Not bad. The one that's you know what I'm talking about. The one that holds the staff and wears the hood. But for Amaruda, I'm starting with Nakisawame, because names are hard. Skill is Generation Break 1. Choose act skill. Put this unit into soul. Choose one of your rear guards, stand it, and then if you stand a card, you draw a card. Pretty good. Basically just negates whatever rested unit you rested from Revelation. So you can rest her, and then you can rest something else through Revelation, and then just shove her into soul. So resting her isn't really much of an issue then. So yeah, pretty good starter. I do understand people run the other starter because soul blasting one and then calling a card that you soul blasted for free is pretty nice. But this gets you get +1 on your field. This gets you +1 on in hand, so it's a pretty nice starter. It is your preference which one you wanna use as starting Vanguard. Grade 3s, as I said, I mentioned her name. Run 4 Amaruda. Amaruda is a new grade 3 boss for Genesis. Though she does not have her own stride fodders, or she does not have her own crits. A lot of new cards aren't even Amaruda restricted. It is very generic, so you can actually run an Fenrir if you want. But she's unlike Fenrir. She has Revelation. That includes the new Fenrir that came out in this set. I'm not going to talk about him because he's not in this deck. Well, in the deck I made. Yeah. So first off, she has Revelation. So when you place her on Vanguard or Rearguard, you check top card, and you put into soul, you rest the unit, or you put it back on top. Yeah. Her second skill, not really the greatest, because you kind of want to keep the cards in your soul. So she has a continuous skill that you can soul blast 3 cards with the Revelation ability as a cost for stride, which is pretty nice if you don't have a stride fodder in hand. It's nice, but you tend to want to keep cards in your soul for other plays in your more important skills. Not saying it's a bad skill. Striding, an alternate way of striding is good, but especially since you run the GB8. I run the GB8, so I kind of want to try to keep soul in my soul. So yeah, and then her on stride skill is Camel Blast 1. When you stride on top of her, you can soul charge 2, and if you soul charge a card with the Revelation ability, you can draw a card and choose 2 units, not rear guards, 2 units, and give them 4K until end of turn. So you can give the 4K to herself and probably your starter, even though your starter's gonna be gone. So yeah, it's nice. Most of the cards in this deck, in the deck I run, has Revelation, so you are probably going to hit most of the Revelation cards on your soul charges. So yeah, overall, yeah, this is a deck revolving around Amaruda, so run 4 of her. Next, 2 Fenrir. He's still a good card. Yeah, too bad he kind of got the shaft in set 11. Not really much good card. Even the new version of him is not that great. So that's why I run 2 of this Fenrir, because having a stride skill boss still helps. He on stride soul charge 3, and then if you soul blast a card out, you can kind of blast 1, call it to rear guard. It's nice. And then his GB2 is when he attacks, soul blast 3, he gets a crit, and your opponent can card reroll on her. So glory skill is alright. It's better than the other Fenrir, I say, in my opinion. And finally, 2 Svava. I know what you could say, why the fuck aren't you running Wiseman? I don't like Wiseman. as much chagrin, and I think did I even post a deck profile with Wiseman? I probably did. Yeah, I don't like Wiseman. The loop is good, but I just want a deck not revolving around Wiseman. I want a deck revolving around the other cards and not trying to scrub my way to a loop to win. So I go with Svava. So yeah. So don't expect Wiseman. So she has Revelation. So again, just to help out with, you know, naming of skills. Which works on Vanguard or Rearguard. And then on Vanguard or Rearguard, you so blast 2 normal units, she gets 5k, she becomes a 16k attacker, and then if she's on Vanguard, you draw a card. So, which is pretty nice. So yeah. I like saying the name, Svava. It's nice. Grade 2s. For Ninnil, a new grade 2 came out in set 11. So she has Revelation on both Vanguard or Rearguard and Rearguard Circle. And then her other skill is, when one of your other units, Rearguard, is rested due to an effect, if you have a Vanguard with Revelation, you can counterblast 1. If you do, you can increase this unit's power by the original unit of the card you rested. So, let's say you have another grade 2 and you rest, you use her skill, she becomes an 18k by herself. If you rest a grade 1, a 7k grade 1, she becomes 16k, so she can swing without a booster. Well, technically having the power of a booster. So yeah, so basically, she's a really good card. Run 4 of her. The counterblast is, but I feel like I don't really go through counterblast that much in this deck, surprisingly. Since a lot of the cards are full blast, so it's yeah. So yeah. Yeah, really good card. Just because you're just buffing. You can essentially, if you rest a grade 3, you become a 20k before boost, which is pretty cool. So yeah, for Ninnil. I seen other deck lists that run flip flop 3 of Kotonoha and 4 of Senri. But I'm doing the opposite. I run 4 Kotonoha. I like her skill more than Senri. So Kotonoha's skill is Revelation on Rearguard, and then whenever you put a card into your soul during your turn, she gets 1k. And then if that card was put into soul due to a Revelation ability, she gets another 1k. So every time you soul charge, she gets 1k, and if that soul charge was due to a Revelation, she gets another 1k. So potentially 2k. So yeah, I really like Kotonoha. That's why I went 4 of her. And then 3 Senri. She has Revelation on Rearguard. And then her skill is when one of your other units is rested due to an effect of a card, you can look at the top card of your deck, put it on the top or bottom, and if you put it on the bottom, she gets 2k. She's that's why I don't really run her at 4. Her skill is, so yeah, nothing much else to say. If you put the card to the bottom of your deck, she becomes 11k. And it's only once per turn too, so it's so yeah. Grade 1s, 4 Strat Fodders, because you want to strat in this deck. And as I said before, you tend to want to save soul for your strides and stuff. So pitch for stride. So yeah. Next, I run 3 Detect Angel. She's a pretty nice card. She has Revelation on the Rearguard Circle, and then her skill is when one of your other units is rested due to an effect of a card, she becomes an 11k booster. The unfortunate thing, it doesn't stack. It's only once per turn, but it's nice to have an 11k booster when you can. Next, 3 Gelgja. Gelgja. I love this dude. So, Revelation on Rearguard Circle. Then, if he's in your soul, you can put him in the bottom deck. Choose one of your Rearguards, stand it, and he gets 3k until end of turn. Then if you have a Vanguard with Fenrir in its name, you can soul charge 2 and then choose a unit and it gets 3k. This card, like for the most part, you'll be able to pull off part of the skill because the first part of the skill is not Fenrir restricted. It's only the soul charge 2 and the additional 3k that is Fenrir restricted. Though I am running two grade 3 Fenrirs and I am running the new the GR Fenrir, so you do have a chance to pull off the full effect. But mostly for him, you just want him to soul just to get that 3k restand. That's about it. So that's why I know some people run that other grade 1. I don't remember what she does, but I feel like I like Gelgja more because of the restand possibility. And then if you're on Fenrir, you can get more soul charge in. And then finally, I actually run 4 of the new Revelation PGs. So she has so she's a PG that can block any unit, not just Vanguard. Let me just actually double check. Yeah, choose a unit. Yeah, so she can block your rear guards. She has Revelation on the Guardian Circle, so that's neat. And then her skill is that when she's retired from Guardian Circle, if you have a copy of her in your soul, you can soul charge 2. So again, more soul charging options for that. So yeah, as you can see, we have Amaruda, all the grade 2s, Gelgja, Detect Angel, PG. That's like 8 sets of cards right there that have Revelation, and then triggers 6 crits. For the Fenrir crits, because we are running Fenrir in the deck, so you know, and then 2 Kukurihime, just because soul charge 3k plus. 6 stands, 4 Tahro because it's not restricted here, so just abuse the hell out of her. She's honestly just makes the Revelation deck good. 2 Junior Giant because you want to refresh your deck and prevent deck out. So yeah, and then obviously Tahro has Revelation as well, so you can use more soul charging options. And name for Amaruda's pay 3 to stride, though you won't really use it. And then 4 of the Fire Collection heal, because when you picture for the Pacific G Guardian, you can put into souls. So that's a technical soul charge. So yeah. Alright, on to the G zone, the strides. 4 Ishtar. I think it's kind of given. So Ishtar has Revelation on the Vanguard Circle, and then her skill is whenever you drive check a grade 1 or greater, you can Soul Blast 3 and flip any card. For every face-up copy of Ishtar in your G zone, you choose 1 unit, and it gets 3k. Then, if the card you drive check has Revelation ability, you can stand that rear guard. So restand. It's kind of like they're pulling something out of Victor. So that basically any of your cards, any of your grade 1s, 2s, and 3s that has Revelation it basically just becomes a mini stand trigger. So you run 4 Amaruda, you have 2 Svava, that's 6, 10, 14, 17, 20. You have 27 cards in your deck that are not triggers that has Revelations. So yeah, you're probably going to hit 1, and you're probably going to restand your rear guards. Usually on your first stride turn with Ishtar, you'll flip a copy of her, and then afterwards you will, I don't know, you have like other cards you can flip over for her, like, or you want to flip over into Ishtar to restand 2 units. I find it a little bit too much to keep using her skill most of the time. Depending on, you can use it more than once depending on how much skill you have. But usually for sure on your first stride turn you're going to do it. Just it also hit GB2, and this also helps you accelerate to GB8. And the GB8 is really good in this deck. 1 tier. Honestly, I don't use them that often now. I usually just use him to flip over for Ishtar. So yeah. But he helps like soul charge like really fast. So Soul Blast 3, look at top card of your deck, put it top or bottom, and then it gets a skill that whenever you drive to grade 1 or greater, you can soul charge 3. So yeah, just fast soul charge if you want. And help you build soul for Generation Break 8. So yeah. Next, 2 of the GR Fenrir. Like I said, as I mentioned before, I think it's the same with Tier. Sometimes I don't really use them as a stride. I use them as a flip for Ishtar. But his skill is still pretty good because he changes the Revelation ability. So it's check top 2 and then put 1 into soul. You may put 1 into soul and then put the rest on top of deck in order. So you don't have to rest anything. And then his axe skill, Count Blast 1, Soul Blast 3. You can draw a card. If you don't draw a card, you can... I can't read the text. You can put a top card into your soul and choose one of your rear guards and it gets 3k. So yeah. Still a very good card. You have the crit triggers there. And you have Gelgja there just to help, you know, do stuff with him. And you can see I use Ishtar a lot in this deck, and I have a really bad time explaining why I use the other cards. For Vanargandr is still a pretty good card. Again, I don't really usually go him that often. I just usually go into Ishtar a lot and the GB8 when I can. But Soul Blast 6 just to look into your future, to rearrange your triggers, it's pretty dope. So yeah, I still run 4. Even though the cost is kind of big, but your Genesis, you should be able to pay it off. And then, Athena, she is, okay, he is like your finisher. She is your main finisher once you hit GB8. And I love this card so much. So skill is, when she attacks, you can Soul Blast any number of cards, and then all your rear gets 2k for each card you Soul Blast. Then if you Soul Blast 3 or more, she gets a crit. So what I usually do with this card is, I would soul charge a lot. I have some rear guards out. Hopefully have at least 3 to 4 Tahros. I swing, soul blast everything because this is your end all. Actually, first you will swing with rear guards first. If you have 3, you swing with 3. You swing with 3 units. Then you swing with her. Soul blast everything. I usually have like about 13 cards in soul, so all my rear guards would get 26k. And then because I soul blast 3 Tahros, I'll put the Tahros back into deck, and then restand the units that already attacked. And then she gets 10k in a crit, and then boom, 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 maybe hit triggers. And then now my opponent has to deal with a 52k plus line again afterwards. So it's pretty fun. So yeah, she's your hope. And because of Ishtar, you can accelerate really fast to GB8. So yeah, have fun with her if you ever run her. You should run her. She's really good. Okay, for G Guardians, you can be iffy on which or I play both of these. I play one of each. You can actually, if you want, you can drop her out for another Iris. That's totally dependent on you. Iris skill is when she splits in Guardian Shackle, choose up to 3 cards from your drop zone and put into your soul. Then she gets 5k shield. So if you have Tahros in your soul, in your drop zone, you can put her soul. So she becomes 20k for putting 3 cards from your drop zone into soul. She is kind of similar. Tag boot skill is that when she splits in Guardian Circle, you choose one of your rear guards. Then you choose 3 rear guards with 3 cards with the same name as that rear guard or from your drop zone and put it to soul. If you at least put 1 card, she gets 10k shield. So she's more restrictive, and you don't have to soul charge 3 to get the shield buff. You just need at least soul charge 1 card. So yeah, it's either or which one you want to run. Both of them, they're both pretty helpful because they do soul charge from drop zone. So it's pretty nice and helps get away from the dominant stuff. By the way, domination playing against this deck, yo, it's pretty fun because every time they call your units with Revelation, you actually get to head off Revelation. It's pretty nice. And then because you're stand trigger, you can shuffle your drop zone back so Shirinu doesn't have a card to target for drop zone. It's, again, pretty nice. But yeah, anyways, it's totally dependent up to you which G Guardian you want to run. For like if you want to run 2 of her or one or each, or most likely for sure people will run at least one of her. She's really good. This card is really dependent. Some people just won't run her at all and just run another Iris. But she does come in handy when she needs, because she does get a plus 10k shield. So one Iris, one Tagwoot, one Hanasatsuki. She's really good still. So when you place her in G Guardian, choose one of your rear guards. If you have a rear guard, a card with the same name as your rear guard in your soul, she gets 10k shield. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Sweep, done, nice. And lastly, the G Guardian from Forest collection of the Witch. She is pretty interesting. So skill, flip a G Guardian. If you when she's placed on Guardian Circle, you can flip. If you do, choose two or more up to 3 cards, 3 normal units with the same grade for Jobstone or Soul, and return to deck. And then she gets plus 5k for each card you return. Then you shuffle your deck. She becomes 30k shield, which is nice. And since she flips over G Guardian, it helps you accelerate to GB8. Though it's kind of well, it's not too bad now I think about it. You can put back Revelation cards, so which is nice. So you can use it for Ishtar again. So yeah. Too bad it's only normal units. Though if it was triggers, then it would be kind of OP. Well, not really OP. It would be really good. But yeah, one of her. And that's essentially it for this deck profile. Amaruda is a pretty fun deck. Revelation just got a lot bit more fun. I wouldn't say it's a lot better, but it's a lot, well, okay, it is better, but not like good enough to win like major tournaments unless I make that same mistake again. I think I said that in one deck profile and then it actually topped somewhere. I don't know. But Amaruda is a fun deck to play. Though it's not as strong as the Wiseman combo. Though I really hate that combo. But yeah, if you like what you see, you can like, comment, and subscribe to the video and channel. I try to do weekly uploads. As you can see, last week that didn't happen. But you can also check out other videos. You can check out other deck profiles, and you can check out the latest upload. I think the last upload I did was on Kagero as of recording this video. So yeah, and I hope you guys have a nice day, night, or whatever, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Bye.